Sometimes road tripping old cars to destinations fun, but that's only half of it. I actually like the road trip home better. Once you're done with everything you're doing and you're trying to figure out how to relax, or you're just trying to get back home. Like I said, road trips are both ways, so let's get this thing going. So I came down to Fort Hood for Christmas to go see some old friends, and now it's Christmas is over and it's time to get home. So we got to check the oil, we got to fill up, we got to do yeah. Up you. There we are. Got to hold this with my head. I need new hood struts. When it gets cold, it starts dropping. We could use a little. Just paid the hotel bill. It's amazing how much you'll pay not to get shot at. Alrighty, we're full up. We got a drink and we got the windows washed. It's important to keep your windows washed, especially the inside of them on road trips, because they get really dusty or dirty for some reason on the inside. And then if you drive old cars like me, you don't know if it's dirt or if the car's actually smoking. It could be a combination of both. But my antifreeze was at the same level it was when I left the house, so we're good about that. Oil was a little low, but we'll top it off up the road. I couldn't find the right oil I wanted here, so let's get out of here. It's going to use a GPS going home, but it's literally I-35. Go that way for 7 hours and take a left. So, I guess we're going to head to the interstate. Really pretty foggy today, so I'm going to put this down and concentrate on the road. So let's we got about an hour and a half to Dallas, so let's get there and see what happens when we get there. Got to stop here in Sanger, get some engine oil, and while I'm here, since O'Reilly's is O'Reilly's, I'm going to buy my oil change stuff here to just take home so I can save a trip. So let me get this done. So we got the jug, the filter. This is for when I fill up, and this is to put in here to get home. So put the Berrymans in the cup holder so I remember when I fill up, and we'll get this in the engine. A little, but you can see the valve covers are starting to weep a little bit, but not bad. This side could use gaskets, but the other side's pretty good. One of the telltale things is pop this off, and this looks really good, and if there was any moisture in it, you'd see it on this. So that's good there. The water level still looks good. So it all looks good. Let's get this thing started and let's get going. So far, we've done 703 miles. We've got about another 285, so 75, 85, somewhere in there. So we'll hit, just shy of 1,000 miles on this trip. So we might even actually hit 1,000. So let's get going. We're going to have to get some gas here. I'll get it across the state line in Oklahoma, and let's boogie. Now, truthfully, had I gone ahead and changed the oil before I left, I probably wouldn't have burned any. Used motor oil has a tendency to burn. That's just what it does. It loses its viscosity and gets a bunch of trash in it. And I mean, oil really is a consumable. But, you know, if I had bothered to change the oil before I left, I probably wouldn't have had to put a drop in it. I mean, I didn't burn a drop that whole trip to Alabama. In fact, I haven't done a, oh, that sounds horrible. I haven't done an oil change since I got back from Alabama. And that was in April. So, car's running great. So, let's get to the gas station. I'm gonna take Vice Grip Garage's advice and do this. I'll try the Berrymans. They got ethanol free here. So we put 13.5 gallons in. So yeah, actually this is getting really good mileage. The last time I filled up was, well, I topped it off this morning there in Belton, and I'm up here in Pauls Valley now, so we do pretty good. So hopefully I've got about another, this tank should take me all the way home. So I am, what am I at, Pauls Valley? About 200 miles out. So I crammed in so much gas. I prepaid 40. I crammed in so much gas that it was about ready to start busting out. So probably shouldn't do that. So let's get going. So I made it home. Let's see how many miles we put on. It's not wanting to work. There we are. Hit the button. Let's see, 1,013.5. So now that the road trip's home, now comes the rest of the work. We got to go over this thing, change the oil, and check it all out to make sure nothing else is broken. So actually a couple of days had passed. I was really tired the other day, and yesterday I spent the day, well, basically fixing my kitchen. All the crap is gone, and I put in a counter. I also rehung some cabinets, but I didn't make a video of that because, well, whatever. So now we got to get back to the car. So the first thing I'm going to do is fire it up, take it down to the gas station, and get some coffee. Get it warmed up a little bit so we can change the oil. It's pretty cool out here this morning, and so I think the oil will flow a little better when it's warm. So let's get this taken care of. Apparently it rained last night. Actually, I haven't fired it up since I got home. It's parked in the same place I left it. All I did was take my stuff out of it, so let's get this thing fired up. So, went and got my coffee. We're getting this thing warmed up. The only bad thing is this is only a block from my house, so it's going to take a minute. Yeah. And, so, probably wondering why I don't make coffee at home when I got all those coffee makers. Well, I don't want to. Truthfully, I need a new coffee maker. I was going to buy one the other day, but I bought a skill saw instead. And there's the jack. Thinking about this earlier, it's not that I can't lift it out. It's that 10 years ago I would have just heaved it and carried it. Now, it's not that I can't carry it. It's just, I just don't want to. Well, I guess I'm going to have to. While we're waiting, let's give the car a quick once over. So far, all the tires seem fine. No abnormal wear or anything like that. The steering stayed tight the whole time, so I didn't notice anything weird. And they all stayed up. I mean, so your biggest telltale to a problem is going to be on the back end. Don't mind that noise. That's just my exhaust vibrating. But when it's dry, look on the back here and on here. So you know there's a few little spots here and there, and there's a few on here. Just road grime. It's not anything to worry about. It's not serious, and there's not a lot of it at all. There's been no smoke, and like I said, I showed you at the O'Reilly's, the oil looked really good, and there was no moisture in it, so that's a plus. Both exhaust pipes actually look really good too. This one's bent though. Bit of condensation there. Got to use my shovel to keep the hood up. And apparently one of my camera mounts was living right there on top of the steering box. You wouldn't believe how many of these I've bought. You'd think with the amount of money I'd spend, the videos would be better. Nah. I've got a loose ground strap, but I guess that's a problem for another day. Let's put this under here. Let's see. You don't have to ugga-dugga these on. Oh, here we go. All right. And while you're under the car, just give it a quick once over. I mean, this is not bad. I know the brakes are good, but I can see the inside of the tires really well. They're wearing evenly with the outside. And everything seems real solid, honestly. And you can even give your tires a little bit of a shake if you want to. I know these are fine, but oh, over on the creeper. Ah, there we go. Have this one. Yep, that's good too. The filter's right there. You can actually get to it from the top side. It's actually easier from the top side, but what's cool is it's got a little tray right here, and when you drip, it'll just whoosh, right into there, which is pretty cool. Had to get a bucket to stand on. I'm pretty short. I'm actually between 5'5" and 5'10", depending on which gas station I'm walking out of. They say I'm average height, but sometimes that feels a little short. So right there is the filter, so I can actually reach down there, grab that, and it just comes right out here. There we are. We got all the oil out, and it actually looks pretty good. There's absolutely no sparkles. One of these days I'm going to get a tool to cut these open, so that'd be kind of neat. One of these days I'd like to do a video about filters. I know it's been done, but I'll do one more. Now this thing takes 6 quarts, and I can't find my funnel, so we're going to have to make one out of this. So we'll just cut this in half and then use this, because this will actually fit in the slot, and I can hold it while I dump the big one in. So we made one. We just cut this in half, and I got to clean that. Either that or this car will never rust in that spot again. Like I said, I may just leave it. Bloop. There we are. So we've got all the new oil in now. Let's get this thing fired up and we'll check for leaks. We're going to watch the oil light here. Oh, there we go. It went away. Let's check for leaks. Nope, nothing leaking, so we'll have to keep an eye on it, but it should be fine. So we got the car out, it's running. Let's check for leaks real quick. So everything's dry. It appears to be there's just a little bit of residue left there, and everything's running great. The car ran great on the road trip. Did 1,000 some odd miles, as you saw, and not a flaw. The only thing I can say is, if you're going to be road tripping, I'm probably going to put a new set of tires on before I do a road tripping. These are used. I've gone quite a bit, and used tires, you know, after a while, no matter what the make are, no matter how much tread, if they're cut in on one car, they're going to wear out twice as fast on a second car. But they seem to be holding their own. They're good tires, Michelin. So I'm going to end up trading them out here soon for probably some new tires in the spring, and along with some new belts. We checked the belts while we were there, and yeah, the belts are going to need to be changed out in the spring too. So, but that's pretty much it. Now all we got to do is wash the car, and I think we'll be done here. Now I'm not going to videotape me washing the car. That's just kind of dumb. You've seen me wash multiple cars. But that being said, the car ran great. It's a $500 car, and I got really lucky. Your results may vary. That's the center line. But there's still a lot of work that needs to be done on the car, mainly cosmetic. And I have all the pieces now, and I'm hoping to do that in the spring. But the car itself ran great, and you know, I'm not disappointed in the least. Ran 75, 80 all the way back. Didn't hardly burn any oil. Just it's a good solid car. And we average a little over 22 miles per gallon is pretty much what this thing gets. I mean, it gets phenomenal mileage. So, you know, if you sit there and really look around, and you can find some diamonds in the rough like I did. But, you know, that's all about something else. And I'm thinking about looking into doing a flip video. I know a lot of guys do it, but I came across an opportunity with a buddy of mine, and it's got a couple of neat old trucks, and one of them's a diesel, and I'm wanting to do a flip on that, or at least help him sell it. So might be doing that here soon. I'm gonna go look at it probably tomorrow. So anyhow, that was the road trip video. I hope you liked it. There wasn't a whole lot to it, but it was fun, and I hope your holidays were great. So I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. See you next video.